Hello everyone, welcome back to ERG Stitches YouTube channel. Welcome back to today's tutorial. So today in our tutorial we are going to learn how to make this beautiful trendy tent gown with ruffle hem. So before we start, I want to say a very big thank you to my returning subscribers. You are the reason why I'm here. I really appreciate you guys. Those that are stopping by for the first time, please don't leave without subscribing to support my channel. Let's get started. Okay, now this is the fabrics we are going to use for this tutorial. We have here about 3 years of fabrics. So we are going to cut it in a form of airline gown, and I don't want my airline to be that much full, and also the back is going to have zipper, so that means the back is going to have zipper allowance. In that case, now we are going to cut the front separate, then we'll use the front to cut the back. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my fabrics in a triangular form of 2 folds. I'm using 2 folds for my fabrics. So like I said, I don't want it to be much full, so I have to be careful with how I fold it so that it will not be too full. In a triangular form, I would like my down parts to be like about 20 inches on fold. That means 40 inches for the front and 40 inches for the back. So now remember that this gown has a ruffle that is attached to it at the down part. So that ruffle is about 13. I'm using about 13 inches for that ruffle, and that 13 inches is including my 1 inch for folding of the hem. So my the length of the gown I'm working with is 47 inches. So when I remove 12 inches, because 1 inch is for the folding of the hem, that means the ruffle is 12 inches. When I remove 12 inches, I'm going to have about 35 inches left. So the length of this particular one I'm cutting now is going to be 35 inches. Now we are going to get our shoulder measurement on this part of the fabric. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8.5 inches. So I will look for where I will get my 8.5 inches here. Okay, this is my 8.5 inches now. So from this point now, this is my shoulder now. I will check if I have the length I'm looking for. Like, remember, the length is 35 inches, and I'm going to measure 35.5 inches. The half inch, I can even measure 36 inches because I need half inch here and half inch down to join the ruffle. So, or I can measure 35.5 inch, half inch for the joining of the ruffle here. When I'm cutting my shoulder, I will not cut exactly from my shoulder. I will put half inch allowance here to cut my shoulder. I think that's what I will do now. So this is the point of my 35.5 inches here. So I have to take it round 35.5 inches. Then when I'm done taking it round, I will check whether it's up to 20 inches that I needed. Like I said, I don't want it to be too full. You can, if you don't want it too full, you can even go as low as 20 inches. You can use maybe 15 or 18 inches, depending on how full you want it to be. So this is it now. Let me check what I have there, if it's up to, it's a curve, so I have to see the way I place my tape, because it's not a straight line. So I actually have 22 inches here. I think it's okay. So now we are going to start our measurement. So now the neck width I'm using is 3.5 inches for my neck width. And the neck depth I'm using is 4 inches. So I'm taking 4 inches here. Okay, now I'm going to slope my shoulder here by 1 inch. From this 1 inch, I'm taking my armhole. My armhole is actually supposed to be 8 inches, but because it's a sleeveless gown, I'm using 7 inches here for my armhole. So this is now my chest line. So I have to check if I have up to my round bust, quarter of my round bust measurement here. The round bust measurement I'm using is 42 inches, which is 10 and a half. So plus half inch is, that is 11 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, 12 inches. I have 12 inches here, so this place is okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is, because it's a sleeveless gown, I'm not going to use exactly my shoulder measurement, so I'm going in by 1 inch. I'm going in here by 1 inch. So from this 1 inch is where I measure my armhole. I removed 1 inch from my shoulder measurement. So now I will get the half of this my armhole length, which is 7 inches. Then I will 3.5 inches is the half. Then I will curve it from there. I'll make a curve, 7 inches. So from here, I'll curve my armhole. So when I'm cutting now, just cut straight down to the hem. So I'm going to cut this out now. Then I will use this to cut out my back. But I'm not cutting out the neckline now. I'll just cut my armhole, cut it straight this way. When I'm cutting the back, I'll cut the neckline. Okay, see, this is my front. I've put it in another fabric. You can see this is where my front stopped. So this is the zipper allowance for the back, about 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance. So now I'm going to take my back neck depth. The back neck depth I'm working with is I'm taking 1.5 inches for the back. One and a half inches for my back. So I'm going to curve the back and the front neckline now. Here also I will indicate the point of my 1.5 inches here so that I can turn it to a straight line. So now I'm covering the back neckline now. I'm covering both the back and the front now. This for the back. I've curved the back. Then for the front, I'm also going to curve the front with my curve ruler now. So, now I'm going to cut the back first before I cut the front. So I'm going to slope my shoulder. I'm going to connect the shoulder slope, the 1 inch that I came down with on my shoulder line, on my armhole line. I'm going to connect it to my neck width now. So I can now cut out this. Remember I said I'm not cutting out exactly, I'm leaving my half inch for. Then I will now cut my armhole. This armhole armhole I'm cutting now is for the back. The front armhole, I'm going to dip it a little. Then from here, I will cut it down. So this my zipper allowance here is on fold. That means I'm going to open it up. I'll cut it open. So I'm cutting the zipper allowance open now. And I'm done cutting it open. I will notch it to know where my zipper allowance stops. So now I'm giving it a notch here. I'm also going to give it a notch here also. I've done that. So now I can cut my front neckline now. This is a sleeveless gown. That means I'm going to cut facing for it. So the facing I'm cutting will get to like 2 inches below this my armhole, 2 inches below my armhole. So my facing will start from somewhere here till the shoulder line. So I'm going to cut the facing for the front and the back before we start the sewing. Okay, this is my back fabric. You can see these 2 pieces I have here, and I've cut out facing for it. Like I told you that my facing is going to stop at some inches below my armhole. In fact, I even increase it from 2 inches. I have about 4 inches here, and I have 2 pieces of that facing. This is the second one of it. This is my second facing for the back. So this is for the back. Then for my front, this is for my front now. The front armhole, I'm going to deepen it a little so that it will relax on me when I'm wearing it. So what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do, you can even go in here by half an inch or by 3/4 of an inch, but because I'm used to it, I know where it's half inch. So from here now, I'll just take it this way, like this. So this is it. I've deepened my front armhole now. So my front also, I have also cut that facing is on fold like the front. So this is the facing for the front. This is where it gets to. So this is for the front. So now I'm going to cut out the fabrics I will use for the ruffle. So the ruffle is going to be depend on how much fabrics that you have. So what I have here now, let me measure what I remember is on fold. So and I have about, see the way I'm turning my this thing. I have about 22 inches here. That means I have 44 inches here. So if you really want it to be the ruffle to be full, you can do 44 times 2 or 44 times 2.5. Well, me, I'm going with 44 times 2. That means I'm cutting 88 inches for the front and also 88 inches for the back. That will be the width of the width of the fabric. Is a straight cut. The width of the fabric will be 88 inches, while the length will be 13 inches for both front and back. So that's what I'm going to cut out now. Okay, I've cut out the fabrics I'm going to use for my ruffle. This is for the front and this is for the back. The two of them are of the same length. So what I will do now, at the down side of this, I will just fold in 1/4 of an inch and fold in half of an inch and sew it. That's to fold it in. So on this side, I'll whip it before I will now use it. If you don't have a whipping machine, you can fold it in as well. That means you are folding both up and down, but I'm going to whip mine. So I'm doing same on this one. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to join my fabrics. So what I will do is I'm joining the front and the back pattern on the shoulder, only the shoulder. I'm joining only this. I'll put it like this, right side facing each other. I will join the shoulder, then I'll bring the other half of my back. I'll also put it this way, right side facing each other. I will join the shoulder. Then I will bring my facing. The facing, I will do the same on the facing. I'll put it this way, right side facing each other. I'll put it right side facing each other. I will join. I will also bring this and put it right side facing each other and join. That means I'm joining the shoulder of the facing and the shoulder of my fabrics. And when I'm done joining it, we'll move to the next thing. Okay, I'm done joining it at the shoulder. You can see this is it. This is the zipper area. So what I'm going to do next now is I'll bring my facing. I'll put it right side facing each other, making sure that the shoulder of the facing and the shoulder of my main fabric are lined together. And the waft I will iron also. When I'm done iron is when I will join this. I will sew this because I have to open up these seam lines. It will be flat this way. Then when I'm done arranging it, making sure that everything aligns together. So I will now sew. I will sew my neckline. I will sew it starting from my zipper, where my zipper allowance started. From here, I'm not sewing the zipper allowance side. Then I will sew it round this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, till my zipper here again. I'm not sewing the zipper allowance. Then I will also arrange the armhole. Also, I will also arrange the two armholes and also sew it. I will sew the armhole, the neckline, and also this armhole before I will not turn. When I'm done sewing it, I will show you what it looks like before I will turn it. Okay, I've sewn the neckline. Like I told you, I didn't close my zipper area. It's still open here. This is my zipper allowance. I didn't, so I just started from there to sew the neckline and also stop on this side of the zipper allowance. I've also sewn my armhole. So what I will do now is I will just put my hand from this place now to turn it to the right side. See my hand as it's coming out. I will pick this. I have to turn it to the right side from here. So I've turned it to the right side now. You see my facing. So what I'll do next, I'm going to give it a very hot press. I really need to press it very well so that the neckline will relax very well, and also the armhole. Then when I'm done pressing it, I will now fix my zipper at the back. and close the back before I will shape the two sides. Okay, I'm done fixing the zip, and I've closed up the back pattern. So now I'm going to fix the ruffle. So this is my ruffle. This is the down part of my ruffle. I have folded the hem, and on this side that I will attach on my gown, I just use weaving on it. I weaved it all around. So now I'm going to attach the ruffle. This is the right side of my fabric, and my wrong side of this ruffle is going to face the right side of my fabric this way. First, I have to indicate the midpoint of my ruffle. So I will put the midpoint at this is the back fabric. So this is the center back. So this center of this my ruffle will be here. I'm going to pleat at 1 inch will be up. I will give 1 inch space before I sew. So then I will now arrange it and pleat as I sew. I'll pleat and sew. I'm just going to do a pleating. I'll pleat and sew till I get to the side of this my gown, and also this side. I have to pleat. I'll pleat and sew, but I'm leaving 1 inch up here. That's what I will do on this back and also the front. Okay, I've sewn the ruffle to my gown. You can see it. Like I told you, I'm going to leave some up before I stitch. This is it, and this is exactly the beauty of this dress. So what I'm going to do next is just to shape. So I'm going to bring the two sides together, arrange it very well, pin it down. It's very important to pin down. Then you see it, everything are aligned together. You see it. So I'm going to arrange everything and sew it with my 1 inch seam allowance, and do the same to the others, and our gown will be ready. Okay guys, I'm done joining the sides, and this is what I have. Look at how beautiful it is. This is the ruffle. I just pleated it. I did pleating on it. So you can even decide to wear it with belt, without belt, or you can also wear it with belt. It will also be fine with belt on it. See? This is how it will look when you wear it with belt. So it's your choice on how to wear it, and whether with belt or without with belt, it comes out fine. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If this tutorial has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up. So those of us who are stopping by for the first time, please subscribe to my channel to support me, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified about it. Thank you for watching to the end of this tutorial. Bye, and God bless you. See you in the next tutorial. Okay guys, for those interested on learning how to cut and sew what I'm wearing now, I'm going to link it to this video, both the cutting tutorial and the sewing tutorial, so you can click on it and watch. But please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel. It means a great deal to me. This is the back of it. Both the video of how to cut this flare. The flare I have here is a 180-degree flare. So I'm going to link all the videos to this tutorial. Thank you, and God bless you. Amen. Bye.